Hey, in this episode of MPTV, we're sitting down with a friend of mine, a restaurant owner, and a guy that is amazing at getting out and about with, I don't want to call it a food trailer, but I'm going to call it that, and I'll let you showcase it later. But Borjan, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, what's going on?
That's right. Oh, not too much. Just enjoying here.
So tell us a little bit about you. You got the Kentucky accent, so you're obviously where I'm from.
That's right. Yeah. Originally, I'm from over in Serbia in Europe. Yeah. I've been living in the United States for almost 20 years, and I played my tennis kind of my whole life. And when I traveled all around, I really love gelato, and especially in that in the kind of Midwest and there really wasn't any gelato, so that's where I kind of started, and kind of one thing led to another, and kind of really expanded. Obviously, being one of the coldest parts of the country, selling ice cream, that's kind of crazy. So you have to kind of come with creative ways, and that was one thing led to another, and kind of in the concessions and that.
And so you've got the gelato business, yep. And you've got the concession. I don't want to call it a trailer. We're going to put some pictures of it on the screen because it's unique. And the one thing that caught my attention, and I want to find out how you got in that part of the business, but the first thing, and I didn't know this, it was on hydraulics when I first saw the pictures of it, was that I felt like I was looking into, like I'm on the same level and it's wide open.
Yes. Yeah, we really wanted to focus on that, especially with the food trucks. And it's okay if there's one or two food trucks. Then people don't have, but if they are a big choice, so we really want it to be kind of open. People can see the whole thing, and being eye level in this makes a huge difference. You're able to see, hey, your food being prepared, what you would like to pick out, and this, and so it's really challenging. There's really not that many out there, and so we really designed it kind of from ground up, and like I said, it completely lowers to the ground, and then you also have a hydraulic huge sign as well that pops up as well, kind of catching people's attention and the graphics and this. And I think that makes a big difference when people walk by, they can actually see the food and do this, and made all the difference in the world.
And I think a lot could be taken from that to the traditional restaurant setting, because you're fighting for attention, you're fighting for people, especially at a fair. When you walk up and you smell everything and you see this truck, that truck, this truck, that truck, and you pick it, that's got to be even more impactful to make them go, I got to get in that line.
Yeah, definitely. I think whatever you are, it doesn't have to be like say over the top, but it has to be eye-catching. So even like small details that make all the difference in the world. The way, for example, on one of we also have these like lemonade cards. So on any given lemonade, we have about 700 lemons on display behind us on each of them. So it's like crazy, but like so we go through a lot. So all the kind of the wooden in the back, so everything is lemon. So when you walk by, you don't even have to look at the sign. You see all these lemons that's hanging. There's like almost like a lemon, like a fake lemon tree on the side of it. So you're like, well, am I like in an oasis? What's going on here? And so really that's really eye-catching. For this, and I think with the restaurants they can do the same thing. So maybe not everything, but they can have like one special item. So maybe it could be like a nice, big shake that I have, or like a dessert, or something that's really kind of a little bit over the top that people can, take a picture. Wow, this is amazing! I've never seen that. Or for example, we did some of these like ice cream cone, but basically it's like a Pinocchio. So it's basically you have about 7 cones that come up and you build it up. And so when you go in there, it's like really, it's like when people walk by, everyone's like, where in the world did you get that? And so it really catches that attention, and it really, spreads.
So what came first, the gelato business or the fair?
The gelato business did first. So we opened up first in the mall, just because, being so cold with the winter and so that came first. And so we did that whole year. It was great. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, during the winter, so our sales are going to go up. Obviously in the summer, well, actually, they went down. And I'm like, that didn't make sense. But it does, because people are not indoors; they're outdoors and everything like this in the mall setting. So that kind of, tried to brainstorm in this, and so like that season was there. So for next summer, we kind of slowly build upon that, and then really kind of expand it into the food, and kind of with that kind of European and Mediterranean between like Italy and Greece, and they have the gyros and then the food and these kind of healthy rice bowls as well. That people like, because in the fairs and festival, everything is fried, everything is this, so we really focus on more of the healthier options. Okay. So for people, to do that, and so that kind of came afterwards, and then kind of with the lemonades, where we fresh squeeze every single lemonade that we do right in front of you, and so it's nice. Like I say, it takes more work, but people really appreciate it, because that's like more of a like a nice restaurant that you would be at, not at a fair that you get the food, and so people really value that.
What have you learned from the fair circuit and taken back in the store? Because It's different, obviously, because the traffic patterns, but it's a hustle. I mean, it's a grind going to these events. Is there?
It is, and I think a lot of restaurants, I think, make a mistake. They wait for kind of for themselves or for people to come in. They don't go out and do something extra, or maybe go out, even pass out flyers, do something, promote an event, have anything that's kind of catch-worthy, because you gotta give people attention or do something really good in the community. Hey, I'm gonna sponsor this. We also do this program as well we also have a kind of a gelato truck, and this, when we go in and we actually, a school or an event, we get 22% of the whatever sales we have.
Like so a dine and donate type
thing. Yes, but instead of dine and donate, we'd actually go to your place. Right there, and we'll set it up right there, and you don't have to do anything. We'll bring anything from napkins to absolutely everything. We're just there, and at the end of the day, we're just giving you a check. So it's a lot easier, and there's no administration, no cost, and people really like that. But then also that creates that bond, that kids are in preschool or they're there, or they remember that when they see that. Oh, let me go get that, or the kids, they really like that from the gelato and this, and so that really kind of creating that more of a bond. But also that really, again, setting that attention, and having the same, uniforms. We use these bright green colors as well. Obviously, it's lemonade and this, but it's like I say, it's really nice graphics. Spend money on the graphics. I would say even in a restaurant, instead of having handwritten signs or having just like a print off by like a regular piece of paper, get it like nicely, and even laminated and make it nicely, because that makes a huge difference. Yeah, it's an extra expense, and then like I said, or doing something above and beyond that's a little bit unique. Yeah. Because people, not consciously, but they'll remember that. To do that, and so it just makes a big difference. I think restaurants, are really, kind of something pushing. Doesn't have to be all, but depending on what it is, I think people really value that. Like I said, going out there and getting people's attention, even on social media and doing different things, not just posting like a picture of that, but something unique, like a story behind it as well. I think that really helps. And like I said, in the concessions, this you have a small window, you have to really catch it. Yep. So there's certain things that you can do, from positioning the grill, like I said, and having the lower trailer. It's a big cost, but it helps a lot. But for here, having longer term as well, so you have more opportunities. I think that's.
And didn't you talk about the setup there? Didn't you mention, I think, something about a fan that was blowing the odor from
that's our little secret. I can't give that away, but definitely. What we do, we have a grill, and so we put a fan, kind of whoever's on the grill on the back side. And then so we spray, when we spray the grill, it blows even extra, and with the smell. And
so that's why when I've been at events like that, like you can smell the roasted almonds. You're like, where is that? Like it's somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, you have the fans and this, and so it's works out really.
So you guys have been tricking us for all these years.
We have. I'm sorry. What can we do?
Okay, break time. Restaurant owners, you're watching MPTV, so you're obviously interested in increasing your sales and profits. But what if I told you could eliminate the hope and pray out of your marketing? You could spend money and actually see results. Most marketing starts with attention, like a billboard. The problem is that attention leads nowhere. That's why we created the ROI Engine restaurant program. We take attention and gain huge engagement, whether it's in-store or online. We help you build a database with deep customer information that's comprised of email, cell phone, and birthday. And then we drive them into the restaurant with trackable results. Yes, results you can actually see. If you're interested and want to have a conversation, check out restaurantmarketingthatworks.com. Worst case scenario, you get a lot of great ideas. Now back to the show. Now, does the food trailer, the trailer at the events, have a consistent tie-in with the brand at all the brick and mortar, or is it separate?
It's separate for us.
Okay.
It's separate for us, so it kind of makes it tough. We don't really do too many, smaller events and this, just because of some of the time constraints. So we do bigger events, from arts festivals to music festivals to fairs. Okay. Obviously now with COVID that makes it challenging, but there's still, great opportunity. Even I think it's worthwhile if you can manage it logistically, to having some sort of mobile stuff. So it doesn't have to be for us, it's really over the top. Yeah. It could be a smaller unit and something like this. Even if it's neutral, it's almost like a marketing thing for you. And also some of the catering, what I really found out, and that's not really our specialty, but a lot of people reach out to us. It's nice not just having it packed, for office lunch or this. Now, if you have 50 people or more, we'll actually drive out to you, free of charge in this, and we'll serve right there on the spot.
Wow.
And so when people kind of come out, they come with this, what is going on? It's like this. It makes a big difference for that. Instead of ordering nice boxes to go, obviously if it's 10 people, then no, but like a bigger thing, we'll do that, and they're really blown away from that. And like I said, we don't do any advertising, but it really has kind of spread with that.
Yeah. Do you think you've missed opportunity by not having both of them be similar, that they're at the fair, they're at this event, or the event's so far away it doesn't matter?
No, I think we have. Honestly, I think we have. And that's one of the things we're kind of looking at is kind of merging, because we really kind of focus on those kind of the healthy and the rice bowls and the festivals and kind of with the gyro. I think it's really important to have that consistency, no matter what it is, from the same color, from this, some sort of like touch point so people will recognize that. And then we also have these kind of like refillable lemonade bottles that we do. They're really unique, they're different. They're custom made, but it has kind of the logo, it has our colors, and people can bring them in. There's like a little card they can do either digitally or like physical punch card. And so like I said, that connection is really creating that with the customer. So we even have, which is kind of crazy, we're doing it the same year, and every year we always change the bottle just a little bit, maybe change the color and this. And I know what year I did the bottle, and there's some people, like 2-3 years ago, they bring the bottle back. I'm like, what? That's kind of cool. I don't even remember that, but yeah, so it's really neat. Like I said, that look, the connection. I think for restaurants, really kind of thinking outside the box. Obviously, you have to have the basics. That's the most important thing. But I think that the next step is really doing like I said, getting the attention for people and being able kind of out there, and so people can kind of share, or even having, let's say, like like a selfie wall, for example, or having like a nice little decor where people can really take nice pictures.
Yeah, the Instagram booth.
Yes, yeah, almost like that, because that's something unique. Maybe a different kind of audience. You can kind of have it totally separated. And sometimes we have a little promotion, like on Snapchat or this. We basically do when you post it, and then we'll pick like a winner and give like a $100 gift card for them. And so it's really neat. But then we get all these pictures and everything, and it really kind of spreads like what's going on. We're in the lemonade, and we have multiple locations and the same thing. So it's like it really kind of spreads. And I think I would highly encourage anybody, the restaurants, they have the space. Like I said, you don't even need that much space. Have some sort of, even like a sculpture or something like that's a unique point and a unique menu item that's over the top, or it's really nicely done, or whatever it is. I would encourage that, because that's an extra piece. Now, obviously, that's not your main thing, but it gives it attention.
Yeah, it's something that might catch attention, and you might go there for that reason, but you're not going to get the 20 patty cheeseburger, or you're not going to get the 12 cone. I saw one the other day, it was like 12 scoop ice cream cone or something. I'm like, it looks great, and it got my attention, and I'm not here for that, but I'm here for other reasons.
Exactly. No, I definitely agree.
Restaurant owners, did you know Matt has free online marketing courses that teach you how to successfully market your restaurant? Email support@mattplapp.com to get access to the courses and a free social media content calendar.
So you're a hustler. You're out at events. You're at the restaurant. I always end the podcast with a question about what do you do to put it in airplane mode? What do you do to kind of turn it off and not focus on the business? Or do you turn it off? Because I think you're like me.
I know.
Airplane mode might be tough.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's really, really hard. And it's because even when you're at home, or if you're just about to go, to bed, my mind is always going. And like you mentioned that, so it's really, really hard, but it's really important. And that's one of the things. We're on a skiing trip as well, and so that really, that really helps. Kind of stepping away for a little bit and taking away the time, and also having, my family, and I have 3 kids, and that's really nice. Kind of step away with them and go play, tennis with them, go walk, and kind of really, like I said, put in auto mode. And just kind of forget about it. Even if it's a couple of hours a day or this, or some sort of kind of hobby, to kind of step away from it. Or even if you can't do that, but like I say, at least take a couple of trips a year. Kind of step away from it, go do different things. Even when you aren't there, you can still be doing things, but it's not like 100% the whole time. And it's so important, otherwise you'll burn out. No matter what you love, whatever you're passionate about, after doing it nonstop for 3-5 years, it's tough. It's tough to keep that same momentum, but if you take those little breaks, then you kind of,
Those little breaks might give you cruise control versus full speed on the expressway.
Exactly. No.
Well, cool. I appreciate your time.
Not a problem. Thank you so much, Matt.
You're welcome. And that wraps up this episode of MPTV. The one thing I'm going to take from here that I think all of you should, picture his setup, his trailer at these different festivals and how it stands out. What are you doing with your restaurant, with your company, that makes you stand out and makes people want to come get in line at your place? That's all we got. See you next episode.